hello ragamuffins. My name is Betsy. I've been teaching yoga for over 20 years and I'm thrilled to be here with you. Today's class is going to be about a 25-minute stretching class. We're going to be standing and also on our hands and knees and seated. All you need for this class is either a mat or even just a comfortable flat surface that you feel comfortable on. You might like to have some water nearby. I also have a blanket here, and that could help if you're a little uncomfortable on your hands and knees. It could also give a little length to our hamstrings when we're seated. So just something with a little bit of height. As always with any class, listen to your body, decide what feels good. I'll give lots of options for these shapes, and it should feel like you're stretching. You should feel something in your body, but of course, no pinching, no pain, no burning, none of those things. This class could be great for you if you've just done something more vigorous and want to stretch out and settle down. It could be a nice way later in the day just to get some movement in and settle your body. It could be a standalone anytime that you just want to move a bit. Maybe you feel a little sore, a little tight. I get that. I have body things as well, and I know that these stretches are safe and comfortable for you. So we are going to start standing. The reason we're doing that is I want you to move a little bit before we slow things down a little bit. So get your feet hips width, a little wider, whatever is comfortable. You're going to stand and notice your feet. So any kind of stretching, we're noticing our foundation and then the long line that comes from that. So your fingers could be a little heavy. You have a little bend in your knees so that your back is comfortable. A little heaviness in your tail, a natural curve, but just a little weight there. And you notice the crown of your head. We also incorporate breathing, and never worry about, are you breathing, inhaling, exhaling? Just breathe, but I'll remind you of that. So starting here, the crown of your head is high. Maybe you're looking down your nose. You hear a comfortable breath. You could take your feet and just rock forward and back a little bit, keeping your balance, noticing how that engages your legs and your core. Good. And then bringing those down. Let's bring your arms out and then up. Get a big reach. You could look forward or up. You could roll onto your toes just a little bit and then bring them down. And bring your arms back to your sides. We're gonna move with that a little bit, so reach your arms up. A little lift of your heels, maybe look up, and then bringing them down. Good, one more time, that big reach. A little lift, and heels down. And arms at your sides. And then just shake your shoulders a little bit. We're going to come down into bent knees. So your fingers could face inward. We're going to take a few cat and cow breaths here. So you're inhaling and you're opening the front side of your body. And exhaling, rounding your spine. And a few more of those. So these beginning stretches we're doing, standing, are great to know if you're in the office, if you're in an airport, if you're somewhere where you don't want to touch the ground, but you just need to move. These can be so nice. Coming back to this idea of the inhales and exhales. When you inhale, the front of your body opens. When you exhale, you feel a little contraction. And two more times. One more. Good. Use the strength in your legs and feet to bring yourself back to standing. Reach your arms out. Open your chest, maybe lift your nose. And then reach your fingers forward. And a couple more of those. This is like a standing cat-cow, opening and closing. When your mind wanders, come back to what's touching the mat. Notice your feet. Reach out, open. Reach around. You could just reach back. You could grab a towel or you could interlace your fingers, just depending on your shoulders and your range of motion. So drawing those knuckles down, either arms apart or interlaced. Lift your nose a little bit more. You're gonna soften your knees quite a bit. Start coming into a fold and then just let your hands come downward. You could reach for your elbows or let your hands drop. I'm gonna bend my knees a lot and you can too. So don't think of this as a big effort in your hamstrings. Imagining more just your heavy head dropping down. Take a couple breaths here, hands as you like. And then you're gonna walk your fingers to the right. So bringing that around, let your head drop. And walking your fingers around the other way. Back to center. You could round your spine if that feels good, excuse me. Bringing your body up. Good. Take a couple shoulder rolls. Maybe feel little crunches. I'm going to take a quick drink. You might as well. It's allergy season where I live. We all sound like this. All right, a couple more rolls. Bringing them the other way. Little crunches. These little noises can be interesting. All right. So my feet are a little wider than hips width. I'm going to take a side bend. So reaching an arm up and then bringing that other hand down. You could look down or forward or up. Just keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine and in a comfortable place. Reaching up, we're going to take that the other way. And bringing that up. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. A little more stretch. We're going to bring in our necks. So let's bring your feet closer together for some stability. All right, going to take your ear, drop it to your shoulder. Now you can take that same side hand and support your head to give it a little break, or you could bring it around to give it more of a stretch, and you could bring the other arm out for even more of a stretch. You could look down a little bit if that feels good. You could look up a little bit. Use that supported hand to draw your head back up. Bring that other arm down. We're going to take that the other way. So dropping your ear, either using that hand for support or a little more stretch, and extending through the other side. And again, setting your gaze as you like, down a little bit, forward or up. There's no better one. There's the one that gives you some nice sensation. And then releasing that, bringing your head back up, bringing your arm down, a little shake of your shoulders. We're gonna reach up, getting just a little bit more action here, and then fold forward. Knees can bend a lot. Let your head be heavy. Hands could drop down or reach for your elbows, maybe a little sway. And then rounding or straightening your back, sweep your arms all the way up, get a little energy. Let's bring your hands to your heart, take a moment. And then bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Knees can bend, head is heavy. Take a moment. And then rounding up. Once more, inhale, reach, folding forward, heavy head, rolling up. Reach your arms. Bring your hands together. Pausing here. Maybe looking at your fingertips. Seeing how you feel with that little bit of movement. Bring your arms down. We're going to work our way down to hands and knees. We're going to do that with that movement. So sweeping up. Bringing yourself down. And then just bring yourself to hands and knees. This is one of the places where you might like a blanket under your knees for some support. That can be very sensitive for many people. All right, so here we are, hands and knees. Your wrists are basically under your shoulders. You could be on the tops of your feet or flex toes, and that can make a difference with sensitivity as well. So your choice. We're gonna come back to that cat and cow breath. So inhale, lift your gaze, lift your tail a little bit, and then just pull in your belly button and imagine that that rounds your spine. And a couple more of these, one way and then the other. Noticing how this moves with your breath. If you've got any spinal issues, this should feel good. A little bit restorative. One more time. And coming to a flat back. We're going to take this a little bit side to side. I'm going to turn to face you. All right, so you're lengthening here. You're going to bring one hip to the side a little bit and then turn your eyes to look for it. You might not see it, but it's back there. Come back to center and take that the other way. And back to center. And a couple more each way. Finding the C shape. We're going to move our spines in each direction that they are meant to move. Okay, one more time, side to side. Good. All right, come to center. Now engage through your core a little bit. Add a little bit of strength here. If your wrists are uncomfortable, come to fists. If your feet are uncomfortable, considering again whether you want to be on the tops of your feet or flex toes, and those can change. And absolutely getting that blanket under your knees, because that can make a world of difference if they are not feeling very good with all of this. Because we're going to add a bit more. This time we're going to take some big circles. So take your hip and draw it back toward a heel. And then coming around, so it's almost a child's pose in the middle. And then back. And a couple more that direction. One more time. I just got a little cramp in my foot. You might as well. If you do, shake it out, take a moment. Hey, come to center. Let's take your hips, a little shake side to side just for fun. We're going to take that the other direction. So drawing your hip back. Taking your time. You might feel each little area as you come around. And two more of those, taking lots of time, feeling that little moment of a child's pose and around. And once more. Nice, little shake of your hips. If you're not there, let's come to flexed toes. You're going to reach your fingers forward and draw your hips back. So don't think of this as a relaxing, dropping down child's pose. What this is a stretch for the soles of your feet and your toes. And your ankles. And activating through your arms. So this should feel like a stretch, like something is happening. Coming back to noticing your foundation. That's your flexed toes, your knees, your fingers, your hands. If you press a little more into your fingertips, that's going to release some pressure on your wrists. Pausing a little bit longer. Starting to get into some more active stretching now. We're warmed up. 3, 4. Let's come to hands and knees. All right. Walk your hands a little more under your shoulders now. Let's come to the tops of your feet. So we're going to get that stretch. And then sitting back, and again, not thinking child's pose, thinking lengthening. Reaching your fingers forward, spreading them apart, finding your foundation, finding that stretch. And then you can let that go into a more relaxed child's pose. You could cross your arms, reach them back, reach them forward, and just take a breath. Bringing yourself back up. We're going to come to seated. This is another place where you might enjoy a blanket under you. I'm going to turn myself. So what a blanket does when we work on stretches and hamstrings is it just gives some height so that you're a little more even instead of feeling really uncomfortable or that your legs are tightening up. Okay, so I'm going to scooch myself back a little bit so you can see all that is going on. So what we're going to do here, some just kind of comfortable leg stretches. So extending your legs out, I'll come back this way, and knees can be bent. You can have that height. You could have a lot of height. Okay. Let your fingers drop down comfortably, and then just sit up. So this is your forward fold. This is all you have to do to be in a forward fold. Okay. You can have a little bend, a lot of bend. If you just have those nice long hamstrings, maybe no bend, doesn't matter. I'm going to take that little bend and I'm going to keep my height. Now just reach your arms forward. Imagine that you're handing something across the room. Feel a little hinge here, and then let your hands drop to where they comfortably drop. You don't have to get dramatic. Okay. You can always back off a little bit, but you want to feel a bit of a stretch. Sitting upright and reaching can give you that. If you need more, you're just sliding forward a little bit more. And settling in. And then bringing yourself back up. Good. We're going to take the soles of our feet together and take that butterfly stretch. You could have some height under you or not. Your feet could be very far away or close in. And just like before, we're going to start with the sitting upright. You can reach for your feet, shins, knees, doesn't matter. Staying in a stretch long enough that you might feel a little bit of a little discomfort, little stretch, little effort, and then let it relax. And then maybe you feel that little effort again. It's where you want to hang out with these. And there's no way to force your knees into this kind of a shape. So you're better off sitting upright, letting them relax. This action of sitting upright is working your core, getting you some length, so that's nice. Only if you feel like you need it. Maybe a little tip forward. And then bring yourself back up. All right, moving into just one more set of stretches. We're going to be on our backs. All right, good. So coming into bent knees, feet down, probably don't need any kind of height under you. We're going to take a hip stretch. So crossing a leg over the other, figure 4, very common stretch. If you need a little more, lift up that base foot. You can reach for the backs of your leg, the back of your leg, or you could straighten your leg.
If it works for your knees, reach around for your shin and give that a hug. And then let your head relax. And if you get enough with that leg down and a comfortable cross, stick around right there. Let things soften. All right, if your foot is lifted, lower it back down, uncross. We're going to take that the other way, crossing your leg. Take your time. This may feel like plenty. Only if you need more, lift your foot. Reach around. This figure 4 or a modification of a pigeon. Looking for comfortable, active sensation. That is all. Pausing. Dropping your foot if it's lifted, uncross. Let's bring both knees to your chest, hugging them up toward you. You can take those knees side to side, getting in a bit of a twist. Take your time, maybe slow down this little rock to notice little spaces. And then bringing your feet back down. Plant your feet. Then walk your feet a little further apart and drop your knees inward. Get a nice little stretch that way. Bringing your feet back together and then lifting them up. Bringing the soles of your feet together or toward each other. A butterfly, but on your back. And then we're going to come back up to seated. So you can cross your legs or not. They can take that butterfly, deciding what works best for your hips and knees, but coming together here for a few breaths. So sitting up, feeling the crown of your head and your tail. Your legs are going to do what they're going to do. Let's reach your arms up. Take an exhale as you twist. And then pause. Notice breath. Turn back to center, reach up. Take it the other way, a little pause. Reaching up. Let's bring your hands together, bring them to your heart. You can look down at your fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. And we generally end any kind of yoga practice on our backs in Shavasana or final relaxation. If you're in a comfortable place and have 5 minutes, take the time. You could lie on your back or your side or your front. You could sit up and take some breaths. Just noticing what that little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching did for your body. I do appreciate you all for being here today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again.